Hello everyone. The today's topic is um, query processing. Okay, so in the database is used to store the data at one place, and this data is accessed and manipulated by the user. The process of accessing and manipulating the data should be done effectively. It should be accessed easily and quickly. To access the data, user has to communicate with the database. User request for the data in a language like SQL language, that is a structured query language. So SQL is the high level language, but the underlying statement in the database management systems do not understand the SQL. There has to be some low level language to which the systems can understand, and hence request query is accepted in SQL and converted into the low level language, and this process is called as the query processing. Okay, so query processing is defined as the set of activities performed to convert the SQL high level language queries into the low level language, and then retrieve data from the database by using this low level language. Okay, so this set of activities are known as the steps involved in a query processing, uh, which we are going to explain here. So query processing, nothing but transactions of high level query into the low level query expressions. It is step-wise process that can be used at the physical level of the file systems, query optimizations, and the actual executions of the query to get the result. It requires the basic concept of relational algebra and file structure. It is referred to the range of activities that are involved in extracting the data from the database, and it includes transaction. So it is included transactions of a query in the high level language into the expressions that can be implemented at the physical level of the file systems. And in query processing, we will actually understand how these query are processed and how they are optimized. So this is the graphical representations of query processing. Now, one by one, we will see what are the different phases of this query, of these query optimizations. Okay. So in this diagram, the first stage is to transfer the query into the standard form. A query is translated into the SQL and into a relational algebra expressions. During this process, parser check the syntax and verify the relations and attributes which are used in the query. So here, this is the query. First stage is the query. Parser and the translator is there. Then relational algebra expression is there. Then after this, optimization is there. After this, executions engine is there. After this, we will get the final output. So these are the different stages. So the in the first stage we already covered what the things is expected. In the second step is the query optimizer, and in this stage this transfer the query into the equivalent expressions that are more efficient to execute. And in the third one steps, it is the query evaluations. So in the query evaluations is execute the query uh, execution plan and return the final results, and after that we will get the query output. Okay, so this is the nothing but the short explanations regarding the different states of the query processing. Now we will take one simple example, that is your statement is select the employee's name from the employees where the salary is greater than the 5,000. So whenever the processor want to execute these instructions, this will be converted into the relational algebra, and this relational algebra is represent use the different notation, that is the pi notations, then the row notations, the projection notations, etc. And this way, this statement, SQL statement, will be converted into the relational expression. So a sequence of primitives operations that can be used to evaluate the query is the query executions plan or query evaluations plan. In this diagram, these diagrams indicate that the query execution engine take a query executions plans and return the answer to the query. Okay, and this query executions plan minimize the cost of the query evaluations. So this is all about your translations. So these are the different important parameters of this um, of this query processing, that is the query optimizations, query importance of the query optimizations, and introductions to the QUEL. So one by one we will go through it. So first we will take what is the query optimization. Okay. So query optimization is a difficult part of the query processing, and it is determine the efficient way to execute a query with the different possible query plan. And it cannot be accessed directly by the user once the queries are submitted to the database server or the parser by the parser. Okay. So query is the pass to the query optimizer when the optimizations occur. The main the main of the query optimization is to optimize the cost functions. The cost functions in the form of the input output cost, CPU cost, and the communication cost. It defines how and relational database management can improve the performance of the query by reordering the operations. And it is the process of selecting the most efficient query evaluation plan from among the various strategies if query is complex, and it computes the same result as per given expressions, but it is the at least cost way of generating the result. So next parameter is the query optimization. So query optimizations provide the faster query processing. It requires a less cost per query, and it gives the less stress to the database. It provides the high performance of the systems. It consumes the less memory, and this is the importance of the query optimizations. And the third one point is the QUEL. That is the QUEL stand for the query language. So it is the definitions and data manipulations for the integrates. Integers stand for the interactive graphics and the retrieve systems. It is the relational database management systems developed by the Michel Stoneberg. So QL does not support the relational algebra operations such as the insertions, minus, or the unique. It is based on the tuples calculus and does not support the nested subqueries. So this is up to your importance of query optimizations and QL. So next one is the things we are going to cover is the what are the database transactions? What is meaning of the database transaction? Okay. So the database transaction is an atomic unit that contains one or more SQL statement. Okay, database transaction means nothing but it is the atomic unit that contains one or more SQL statement. It is a series of operations that perform as a single unit of work against a database. It is a logical unit of work. It has beginning and end with specific boundaries. So this transaction is logical unit of work of update processing that include one or more database operations. Sorry. So these transactions can be defined an actions or the series of action. This is the main thing that is carried out by the single user or applications program to perform the operations for accessing its the contents of the database. And these operations can be include the retrieval, that is the read operations, or it will be insertion, that is the write operations, and the delete operation as well as the modify operations. Okay, so this is nothing but the read. We are reading some contents from the database, we are writing some content inside the database, we are deleting some contents from the database, as well as we modify some contents inside your database. So this is your transactions related with your database. A transactions must be either completed or aborted. So we will take the first transaction, that is the read transactions. So read or the nothing but the retrieve. So to perform the transactions on the data which is present in the main memory, that is the permanent storage, read operation is used. Okay, so read operation is, this is the representation, this is the showing the representations how the read operations is done in your database. So suppose we are accessing the read value a, or statement, this reading the a data from your the store database, that is shown in the figure, that is in a is there, whose value is a is the variable, and inside this we are storing the data 5000. Okay, so this statement that value a is read from the main memory, that is the from the local buffer, it is presented in the main memory, and then it is first brought into the main memory from the disk using the input operations. Then its a value is copied into the variable shown in the, that is shown in the figure. Okay, so this way this operation is performed. We are fetching the data from the permanent storage, and after this read operation, this will be transferred into your in your main memory through this variable a. So this way this read operations will perform. Then next one is the insert operations or the write operations. So this is your simple example. Your insertions or the write operations means we are transferring the data from your main memory to into the permanent storage. So this is your permanent storage and this is your main memory, and from this memory we will transfer the data from this memory to your permanent storage. This is the insertion operations. So to write the database object, and in memory copy of the object is first copied and then written to the disk, and this statement state that the value of a is returned to the local buffer, which is main memory, and then this update value is copied into the appropriate disk block so that changes are done permanently, that is showing here. This is the permanent storage done. Okay, so this is your read write operations related with your transaction. So we have covered through this unit what is the database transactions and what is the operations related with this transactions. Thank you.